Nagham, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Antoine, for having me. Thank you.
Nagham, celebrities, crypto, merch, so much happening. So can you just tell us what it is that you guys do? I mean, especially now that I just checked the news, Bitcoin just hit a new all-time high. So this must hit you really hard. So tell us,
Yeah.
what is it that you've built over the last couple of years?
So I have two things that I do. What I'm doing currently is Market, which is a blockchain-based platform that helps celebrities in the MENA region monetize on their fandom. So basically, they sell their own merchandise. We help them make their own merchandise, produce it, sell it. So because in the MENA region, artists don't do that at all, other than like they do not monetize their merchandise. So this is what I do. Why it's built on the blockchain? Because I believe everything is gonna go on chain. It's just practical, more efficient. So this is why. And the second thing that I do crypto content in Arabic about cryptocurrencies to educate the Arab world about what's going on in the market when it comes to cryptocurrencies. So yeah, this is what I do.
So now I have to ask. So you say you make, produce, and you help people sell their merch. So how does that work? Do you approach someone with a large audience and you propose this new way of monetization, um, or maybe give them their first taste of working in the blockchain? So how do you approach clients, especially that it's not as common as other regions of the world? Do you have to educate them for a while? How does the process
Okay,
work?
that's a good question. So what we realized from the first couple of years when we started our business, uh, the people, because especially because you are like selling a merch that is not like a digital asset or something that is speculative. So really the concept of the blockchain is more for of the back end, how we do like B2B uh, 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 daily transactions. It's more of it eases up our business from the back end, but from the front end, it's pretty much a Web2 experience for the artist and for their fans. We found this to be a very good idea to start with because, yes, a lot of people love cryptocurrencies and blockchain, but as well, this field is also associated with uh, money laundering and speculation, and you lose your money. So we didn't want to be under that umbrella because what we're doing is we're actually selling physical assets, but on the blockchain. So we're not really highlighting this because it doesn't make a difference. At the end of the day, you are getting a merch delivered to your house and not just like a digital asset that you're gonna hold and hope to be a millionaire in 5 years when you sell
Yeah,
it. So
that makes sense. And the reason why you started this is because, and we talked about this in earlier conversations, that it's not very common for people to start their merch in the Middle East. I mean,
yeah.
I am telling you, in the other side of the planet, everyone has merch. It's ridiculous. I mean, it got to the point where it's just I expect everyone to have merch, but you don't
Exactly.
see it the same way in the MENA region. Why do you think
Yeah.
that is?
And funny thing, when we were having our conversation with them, my local coffee shop has like, the mugs and the t-shirts and whatever, but like, how come in the Arab region they don't? And the thing is, why here they don't? First of all, in the US, people are more used to online shopping. Artists from the beginning of time were just, wearing their own merchandise and selling it and promoting it. While in the Arab world, most of the artists were more like fixated on, I will produce a song and I will perform at an event, and that's my score. Nothing more than that. So unfortunately, like you'd be surprised, like 20% of an artist's revenue comes from merchandise sale, and in the Arab world, they do like zero. So there's like this big gap. So we come to artists, we select artists as a beginning, we select artists that have high engagement, they have a good fan base, also young fan base, because the older generation are just not into the whole merch thing. And we go and we propose for them either a merchandise or even a brand, depending on the artist. So some artists can do brands as an active wear or uh, makeup brand or whatever, and some artists, depending on their fan base, you can just do a merchandise because they don't have this big engagement. So we go, we study the artist's profile, we study their fan base, and we basically propose a merch or a brand for them. We help them uh, produce it, design it, sell it, market it. So we provide them like an end-to-end service, so they can have their merch at their concerts or online.
Interesting. I'm just going back to the topic of people who haven't experienced this, because let's say I have hundreds of thousands, millions of fans, and it's very strange to me that it never occurred to them to get into that market. So when you first approach people like this, what kind of pushback do you expect? Is it that people haven't thought about it? Is it that they don't think their fans would like it? So, what kind of response do you usually get? Because I'm sure at this point, everyone's thought about it at least once, but maybe they didn't have the courage to take the step.
There are, first of all, the artists, uh, they just like do not either want to allocate, let's say, the resources to maybe hire a team,
Mm,
their own team to do this, like because you need a team to actually, design the products, and then you have to order them and manufacture them, and then have warehousing, and then you have to do the shipping if you have an online shop, and then if you have a concert, you have to put a pop-up kiosk in the concert for people to. So it's such a hassle, and it needs a proper team to do all of this. So like, first of all, they're like, I'm not gonna allocate resources to that. Uh, one. Two, it's just like there's a strange mentality that I found in artists here, that it's like, I'm an artist and I sing. Why do I need to sell a t-shirt? So, so, so like in a way, also we're not working on just creating merchandise. We're working on the mentality of artists in the region that, guys, this is part of your brand. You're a brand. You're not just like someone who sings. You're a brand. You have fans that want to engage with you, would like to collect some memorabilia, or to buy a T-shirt at a concert as a souvenir. So it's not like you're selling uh, a T-shirt.
mhm,
This is part of your brand, and you should, expand on that.
mhm.
So yeah, that's why
Nagham,
these are the two.
the geographic location must also play a big part. I mean, you're in Dubai. Everyone talks about Dubai. It's like the celebrity go-to place. And I'm wondering, do you actually see this in the market? Do you see like so many different celebrities come and go? Do you feel like that there's so many different opportunities for someone like you?
Yes, of course. Of course. Not just locally, Dubai attracts talent even internationally. So each year you have festivals, and you have top artists performing in Dubai. Like a couple of months ago, Coldplay, I think, did like 5 shows or 6 shows. It started with two, and just because the influx of people who wanted to see Coldplay, they ended up like extending 2, 3 nights. So it is a hub, and there's a lot of opportunity in Dubai for local artists and international artists, and we can, build on that, even with international artists who usually sell their merch in their home country, but shipping it and paying customs and keeping it in a warehouse, and then building a kiosk in the concert and selling it, and all of that is a hassle. So as well, we serve them as like, okay, I'll reduce your headache and I'll do all of that here. So you're just, when you come and create your concert, already your fans have your merchandise there.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. Like, do you only cater to people in the region, or because you have these people who come by, like we just mentioned, and they just want to, try to penetrate in that area. So maybe they would hire someone who understands the market, someone who can help them with the logistics, just the way you
Exactly.
described it.
Exactly. So yeah, we're not only serving MENA artists, but our focus is on MENA artists because you need to create this culture in a way. Like you're creating a culture of like, even though outside it's just like a given, but here we feel like you're actually really creating something from scratch. Like merchandise is something. But for international artists, definitely it's just easier for them to be produced here and sold here rather than just doing the whole shipping. Yeah.
Nahum, the idea sounds very straightforward. So I want you to tell me, as someone who's been doing it for a couple of years, what have been the biggest challenges in building this company?
Uh, the biggest challenges is uh, when we started, you identifying we us identifying ourselves as a crypto company was like you had this backlash of it's speculative, we don't know what it is, and we're like it's just merchandise. So that was like that was a mistake that we did in the beginning. Another thing that is hard is really dealing with artists is not easy. Convincing artists about something is not easy. Usually, an artist they already have their own character, and it's hard not it's hard to convince them. So that's another thing that we find like difficulty with. Or not a difficulty, it's just a challenge, to let them see what they're not seeing so far, and like how international artists, why international artists actually are doing better than them. These are the two main, and definitely as a startup when you're starting up and you need to onboard an artist and they were like, I need to see your history. So that's hard as well because you're a startup. You started with one artist, and when you have two and three, then it picks up and becomes easier. But to onboard like your first artist, that takes a lot of
And is it like a journey? So you start the initial communication, a few weeks go by, they get back to you, you go back and forth, and then eventually you sign a contract? Or is it sales cycle like a few days? You get an immediate answer, yes or no?
No, no, it takes time. So basically, once we select the artist that has like including the right mindset, not only the fan base, okay? And we go and we pitch to the artist, and the artist shows interest, but then it takes time for them to think about it. And when they're ready, then you have to go and sign a preliminary contract where they need to see the designs, and they have to give their opinion about the designs and all of that. So that's also like a process. And then creating a contract that takes time as well because there's a lot of back and forth. So yeah, it takes around like 2 to 3 months to onboard an artist.
Naram,
The rest
usually,
is easy.
yeah, once you have the artist,
The rest is easy.
yeah. I gotta ask, like, with every product or company that has a longer sales cycle, it kind of gets stressful, especially in the beginning. So you must be really passionate about what you're doing. So can you just explain where this drive for this industry specifically comes from? And I completely understand the separation of the cryptocurrency from the merge side of things, but
Yeah.
why you decided to implement a backend, let's call it that way, with cryptocurrency? And and do you feel like eventually this will become an asset to your company? Because so far in our entire discussion, it's been seen like this black dot, but the fact that you kept it means that you still see that eventually it will pay off. Is that the mindset?
Yes, of course, 100%. So like currently, whenever we want to do payments, for example, if you just want to take the payments part of it. So currently, if any user wants to buy any merch from the website, they have we use like for example either Stripe or any of these like payment solutions where you just put in their cards and they can pay. Well, these companies take proper fees, like they take a lot of fees. And if you're using blockchain, these fees are like almost negligible. Like they're non-existent. They're less than a cent, which is amazing. Uh, Currently, we park this aside, and because we know that you have a problem with regulators with crypto, fiat, on-ramp, off-ramp. So you still don't have this company that's able to accept fiat and convert it to crypto and to have this bridge between crypto and fiat. Uh, it's not here yet, and there are some solutions, but they're quite expensive. So going with Stripe is still a better option, even though we believe Stripe is quite expensive. But we believe that it's also a matter of time till this bridge is gapped, and I mean this gap is bridged, and we can use just like regular crypto payments, which are more efficient, and you basically pay way less fees.
When you talk about less
So
fees, who's benefiting from this? Is it the customers, is it the artist? Who's paying less fees in this situation? Who's making more money?
it's us as a platform, because now when you're like, if you have Stripe integrated, they take a certain percentage of your sale.
Mm.
So which is when you're paying with crypto, the blockchain transaction is nothing basically. So that's why. So it makes a difference when you have uh, huge quantities and big orders and stuff like that. It makes a huge difference. So that's what we believe. We believe like in the future, you don't need companies like payment gateways to do online and e-commerce in general. You just do it on the blockchain.
Okay, Naram, I mean, it's time to talk about the elephant in the room. Why this extreme passion about cryptocurrency? And it seems like you might have been right. I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, Bitcoin just hit a new all-time high right before I joined you on this conversation. So there's two aspects of this. Why are you passionate about this? And why are you so passionate that you have an entire channel dedicating to educating the regional market? I mean, it takes a lot of interest in the topic to go all the way.
Okay. So I'm gonna start with the with why this passion about crypto. Like I'm Lebanese and you're Lebanese. So you know that in 2019 the banking sector collapsed in Lebanon, and you know people's money were held in the banks, and actually nothing worked back then. Only crypto worked. So people were just transacting with USDT when you wanted to send money to your parents or family, and then your family, if they wanted to buy a car or a house, they were just sending USDT to each other. And that's where you really understand that okay, this is a novel innovation. This works. This is practical. This works, and it will be the future. Like the future of finance is on chain, 100%. So that's why. And that's why I wanted to educate people about it, because like as if like you're walking around and you're so mesmerized by this technology and everyone else is like, what about it? What do you mean? It's gonna change the world. Uh, and so that's why the excitement about it, and that's why I decided like I want to open a business that has to do in blockchain. Like it just like it makes so much sense.
And you know, I like how you integrated the blockchain, but you didn't go all in as a like a full-on crypto company. Well, first because of the lessons learned, but also because you're following the pace of the market. If you're too soon, then the market will not be ready to interact with you. But having it implemented in a way that makes your company more efficient, that's very smart. And so, Nagam, I will tell you one thing, especially about the topic of Lebanon. I think it is one of those case studies that will be taught later on because crypto has a lot of noise. And as much as I
Yeah.
think it's a great field and I share your enthusiasm, there is a lot of bad actors. But the story of Lebanon and how this could still help countries going through hyperinflation, is exactly the reason why crypto makes sense.
100%, 100%. And the thing about when we're saying crypto and it has like a bad reputation or whatever, but any new technology has that. Like now we will see now that we're in the AI phase, and you will find a lot of AR projects that were dodgy or scammed people or whatever. Like this is part of anything. But how there are a lot of good projects that serve people, and just it makes it more efficient. People were just using cryptocurrency to make money or get rich overnight, but it's way more than that. Like the infrastructure will change the uh financial sector.
Anyone with a fan base, anyone who wants to get into merch, Nagham, you would take care of everything from A to Z. And
Of course.
and I think it's, besides the company, I think the fact that you're educating the market in something that you are so passionate about is extremely important. I think the region needs that. It's not just about building companies, but education comes first, and that's critical. Um, so I I really enjoyed this conversation, and maybe I'll leave you with this last question. What are you looking for as the next big milestone for your company? Is it just keep adding on more clients? Is there something specific, a pivotal point that you guys are looking for?
um First of all, thank you so much for for what you just said. It means a lot to me. Oh, plus I really enjoyed the conversation as well, and I love your channel. It's just like binge watching your videos and seeing all of the entrepreneurs and their like what do you call it? Their story and how they started and their struggles is just amazing. I love it a lot, and please keep on doing these interviews.
Thank you.
And for me, uh, our next big thing, I believe, is we would I would like to see the company as the company that has the rights of production of celebrity licensed merchandise in the region. Like, long-term manufacturing contracts of celebrity merch, and not only celebrity, also sports clubs here in the region. Because licensed merchandise goes just not only celebrities. You can go to movies, cartoons, and sports. So so
And
having
you're
that,
looking for exclusivity on that.
of course, this is how you build the company, and this is how you build a good valuation for your company when you own like exclusive rights to
Mm.
produce and sell.
Nagam, again, thank you so much for doing this. That was really fun.
Thank you so much, Antoine.